Dearly beloveds, we're gathered here today to pay our final respects to Batwoman, a stunning and brave young woman tragically taken before her time. She was only with us for a few short years, but in her brief time on this earth, she provided us with many lifetimes worth of laughter and memes. She leaves behind her a broken network, a distraught fan base, and a circle of YouTube creators all asking themselves the same question. Whatever will we mock now? Oh yeah, that'll be fine. I feel like I've gone on a bit of an emotional journey with Batwoman over the past couple of years, and since this pretty much marks the end of that journey, well, it seems only right that I make a video to provide some kind of closure. Because clearly people are really fucking invested in this shit. It seems like only yesterday that we first saw that epic trailer boldly informing us that Batman was a thing of the past, and that his iconic suit would only be considered perfect.
When it fits a woman.
Oh Batwoman, you were so young and confident back then. You've got to love the sheer fucking hubris on display here. The makers of Batwoman really believed that they were creating something special, a show that was gonna smash the patriarchy and transform the superhero genre forever. This was it, ladies and gentlemen. After decades of waiting, after countless years of white male dominance, we were finally gonna get the strong female superhero that we all deserved. Then came the rumours of production problems, clashes and injuries on set, meddling studio executives, lax safety protocols, and actors desperate to escape the unending purgatory they'd become trapped in. The final nail in the coffin seemed to be hammered home when an injured and frustrated Ruby Rose decided, "Fuck it, I'm out," and quit the show after the first season. Batwoman, it seemed, was at an end. But no, like some hideously zombified Frankenstein's monster, the rotting corpse of Batwoman somehow managed to keep lumbering onward, this time with a completely new and even more diverse protagonist. And so the hilarity continued. Actors dropped out and escaped, storylines got ever more ridiculous, ratings plummeted, and YouTube reviewers made a fortune mocking what was basically a high-capacity meme generator. But still the show continued, undaunted by the online mockery, the abysmal ratings and crippling financial losses, and somehow managing to get renewed for a third season. And the dozen or so actual fans that were still watching it rejoiced. There would be more clunky fight scenes, more soap opera storylines, more representation, more amateur hour performances, and even more characters talking about feelings in hallways. But it turns out that even the most stunning and brave shows can only ignore reality for so long, and in April 2022, the news finally broke.
No way!
The unthinkable had happened. Batwoman had been cancelled. Honestly, looking back now, it's tough to think of any project that began in such disastrously terrible fashion, continued on the same track in the face of all criticism and common sense, and somehow managed to keep itself going for 3 fucking seasons. The fact that not one, but an entire network of highly paid studio executives actually believed this thing could be a success is nothing less than a monument to the absolute hubris and insanity of Hollywood. How many millions of dollars must have been wasted on this thing? How many lives and careers have been irreparably damaged just by association with Batwoman? I mean, at least it's nice to see that the star herself, Javicia Leslie, has got some positive things to say about the show. I was taught that words have power and that we speak our lives into existence. Well, I spoke this role into my life, and what an honour it's been to watch it play out exactly how it was meant to. Family, this Bat team is ours. Her story was made, and it can never be taken. You know, sometimes in life you witness an L so absolutely defiant that you can't help but respect it just a little. Never change, Leslie, never change. Now, the cancellation of a shitty, low-budget, low-interest show like Batwoman is really just a minor ripple in a much larger and more complex ocean, but I can't shake the feeling that it represents part of a larger change spreading across entertainment, news and social media. Elon Musk's recent purchase of Twitter has sent all the usual people into explosions of impotent rage at the prospect of having to listen to opinions they don't agree with and can't silence. CNN Plus failed harder than a body-positive pole vaulter. The Rings of Power has been roundly rejected by pretty much the entire Lord of the Rings fandom, and now the news that one of the wokest shows ever made has been shit-canned. I don't want to get premature here, but it's starting to feel like the tide might just be changing. The prevailing wisdom that's led to countless franchises being destroyed and a string of high-profile failures over the past several years seems to be on the wane now. Who knows, maybe that all-important bottom line has been hurt so badly that common sense is at last beginning to take priority over the message. Because let's be honest, you can only go broke so many times before you start to question the wisdom of getting woke. I mean, don't get me wrong, man, I'm sure there's plenty of clunkers still to come, and we're by no means out of the woods yet, but I can't help feeling a touch of optimism about where things are headed now. Maybe Batwoman will one day earn a distinction beyond just being a laughably terrible show that everyone had a great old time making fun of. Maybe it's destined to be remembered as the point where the tide turned and the pendulum began to swing. Or maybe it'll just be consigned to the dumpster of history where it belongs. Either way, as Tatiana likes to say, it's been one hell of a ride. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.